Greetings everyone, I'm Prince B, coming at you once again with more Amiibo to unbox. Today we have the somewhat controversial Mii Fighters. I know that a lot of people debate on whether or not they really belong in Smash, considering they're not really characters, they're just kind of Nintendo's little avatar creator thing. But whether you like them or hate them, they are technically in the game. They do have Amiibo, so yeah, we're gonna open them. As for me personally, I don't really care one way or the other about the Mii Fighters. I think the Mii kind of does deserve to be in Smash. I mean, it is obviously important to Nintendo. They're kind of the symbol of the Wii age, where they made their debut. I personally would have gone instead of like a brawler, gunner, swordsman kind of thing where you just like design your own Mii and then just kind of slap them into one of those three positions. I kind of would have gone with a more like Wii Sports based move set, or they could use like the tennis racket, the baseball bat, things like that, maybe like a frisbee for a long range attack. And then you could still have the character customization on that, but just like have it to one set class. Maybe do away with the height and weight thing, because that just kind of complicates things, and you know, just make them more like an actual character than just a fill your own character like they kind of do with Mario Kart. But that's neither here nor there. I don't get to make the rules, but I do get to open this Mii Fighter 3-pack. So let's actually get on that. I've been talking for 2 minutes without actually opening it. And here they are. I'll just go from this side over. First up, we've got the Mii Brawler. Probably my least favorite of the Mii Fighters. That pose just looks really awkward. Like it looks like he like dislocated his shoulder or something, and he's trying to like put his neck down over it to like hide it or something. I don't know. It just looks like a really uncomfortable position. But they've got all of them have the little belts, and on this one they've got the little notches along the shirt. That's a nice little detail. The gloves have the little lines there on the back of the hand. Overall, these are fairly simple characters. There's not a whole lot to talk about. But they did go ahead and put the Mii on the belt buckle, which is a nice touch. Not seeing any paint splotches or anything. You can kind of see the seam on his side there. Shirts have seams and stuff there, so I mean, I'm not going to throw too much of a fit about that. And I mean, it does look like a Mii, so I mean, you can't really complain about that. Whether or not you like the way the Miis look, that's up to personal preference again, but it does look like that, and I do like that they actually did sculpt a nose on them instead of just drawing a line and being done with it. That would have been kind of lazy, but they did go at least and put the effort in to do that. And suddenly I'm just noticing, I don't know why I didn't notice in the past, but Miis don't have ears. That's just kind of weird. I never even noticed that before. I never really thought about it. I guess because usually when I make my Miis, I make the hair long enough that, or I use a hairstyle that's long enough that you wouldn't really see the ears anyways. But I'm just now noticing that he doesn't have ears. So that's that. Next is the Gunner. Probably, I don't know, I think the Gunner is the most interesting one. When I very rarely do play with Miis, I do find myself using the Gunner the most. Just kind of interesting. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's interesting. Just some of the moves are just, they're unique. As for the Gunner, though, I'd say a bit more detail than the Brawler, because you've got all the equipment with like these. I've got these ridges here, and in the inside of the barrel of the gun, they went ahead and put that indented. Still got the Mii buckle, and there's some texture along the bottom of her tunic. But overall, not too much to say. The hair is longer. Uh, she's got a turtle shell on her back, I guess. But overall, and she's got a support there. Didn't notice that. He doesn't have one, so I wonder why her leg being up just that little bit extra, was that really enough that she needed a support? Oh wait, no. I guess there's a small support on his. You can't really see it. It's under his boot, but it's really small. It's just raised up off the base a little bit, but it's gold colored, so it's harder to notice. But apparently hers was big enough to need a bulky plastic support. Not much to say about that. I mean, there's not too much variation here. They're all pretty much the same thing, but just a slightly different pose with different accessories. But here we've got the Mii Sword Fighter. Of the default Miis, I'd say he's my favorite looking. But I mean, that doesn't really mean much because I still don't particularly like the default Miis that much. But a lot of people wanted like a set with like stickers or something, so you could, and the Miis would be like blank and you could just create your own Miis. That would have been cool, but I think they probably would have had to raise the price on the Mii fighters a bit to compensate for that. Not because the stickers would be expensive, but just because there's so many options. Because I know there were people who were like, oh, well, if they do that, they need to include different hair sculpts so that you can change the hair in different colors, and paint so you can change the skin tone. And, you know, it's just, it would have spiraled out of control and made a big mess. I think ultimately the best decision was to just leave these as the default Miis. But here's this one. Like the Brawler, he's got the very small gold support under his boot. He's got the texture on his shirt, the Mii buckle. And of course his sword is pretty straight. I chose that when I was picking these out a while ago. Wow, how long has it been? I don't even remember when I picked these up, but it was not recently. Just been waiting for a chance to unbox these. And he's got his little gauntlets. Would have been nice if... Oh wait, yeah, they do have the little... they have little divots on them. It's hard to see, but they're right there and right there. So it's not completely like they just slapped silver plastic on there, called it a day. But could be a little more detailed. I don't know. That's the Mii fighters. They're not particularly impressive, and some people even debate whether or not they're actually part of a Smash Bros. Amiibo collection. But, you know, I do consider them part of the thing. I do think they are important to Nintendo in the grand scheme of things, their history. And like I said, they kind of represent the Wii era to me. Not particularly wild about them, but I do consider them to be of decent import. So that's that, and I'll see you all next time with some hopefully more exciting Amiibo to unbox. Thank you for watching. As always, Prince B signing off.